All right now. Let's see. Let's see. How's everybody doing? I hope that you're fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. Listen, I am Akeisha Harris. I am an urban educational strategist where I equipped and empower parents and educators with the tools and resources that they need to activate their child's genius because I am a big believer that functional fixedness is old. Okay. And that's thinking inside the box. Our kids are so brilliant and they need the tools and resources, and we have to help them do that. So, thank you so much for coming and watching today. Not really coming, but watching today. All right. So, I'm doing 20 ways for us to avoid the kids' summer brain mush. Okay. When I say kids' summer brain mush, that means them just sitting in front of screens, sitting in front of the TV, and just swiping, tapping, or just looking their summer away. Okay. Because academically, kids start to decline during the fourth quarter and into the summer, only to come back next year to a new grade and be behind. And that's not what we want. We want their genius to stay active. We want their academic skills to increase over the summer while others may be declining. Okay. So let's look at the first five things, because this is part one. The first five things and the first five ways for us to avoid this kid summer brain mush is to set reading challenges. Help our children understand that reading is essential, reading is necessary, and reading is what is it called? Is non-negotiable. Okay, because you need to read in order to live and in order to live and survive. You have to be able to read, and it's important when kids have material that they actually want to read about. Not We can't penalize them like some of us did in grad school, where we're reading articles and research that we could care less about, right? But we want kids to start out and gain a love for reading and just be excited to read, whether it's an audiobook, whether it's a video book, whether it's a traditional paper book. We want them to be immersed in the experience and really get a love for learning and get a love for reading, but also learning about something that interests them. I think that's important, isn't it? All right. So the second thing, first thing was reading challenges, and Pizza Hut still does their reading challenges. I remember when I was homeschooling and I set the challenge. You don't have to be a part of a school or organization. You can actually set it up personally, and you handle the goals. And when they meet the goals, you have the option to print out their gift certificates to get a pizza. And it's like that's a win-win situation. You read, now you get a personal pan pizza for your snack or for your dinner, depending on how you feel that day. But that's something that we can do with so many different options that we have to take advantage of. Second thing is educational trips. Now, educational field trips sounds boring, it can sound corny, but listen when I tell you, a lot of these trips to the zoo, a lot of them to the aquarium, historical sites and museums, and different fun what do they have, like different fun parks and places in the park. Like it's a lot going on now, right? Everything is upgraded from when I was a kid. Things are it's a tremendous upgrade. And that's why I'm saying we have to help our children take advantage of what's around them. And like we all want to go to a beach, we all want to go to a safari, we all want to go to just different countries and everything like that. But depending on your work schedule, how many children you have, your budget, your living situation, we still want them to have an experience and not feel like time is just passing them by over the summer until they start school again. No, we can actually help them have a great time and a great experience. Now, granted, many kids are going to go to camp, and a lot of kids should go to camp, but family time, we can still implement a lot of what I'm saying, because some camps don't start until July, some camps are only a month long, some are 6 weeks. So we still have time to do these things and make sure that our kids have a jam-packed, full, and active summer experience, right? So with the educational field trips, you can ask your child's school, you can ask their doctor's office, you can ask their dentist's office, you can go to the local free library, you can go to your local rec center or YMCA, because there are so many options. There's so many resources and options that you have on getting tickets and how to get them for free, how to get them discounted. It's so many things that you can do. I know, depending on what kind of insurance you have, from where I am, you can pay $2 to get into a museum, and one of the museums that kids love to go to, it's $2. So those kind of things that are it's very doable, right? And it's within our reach. And if you don't have $2, baby, it's still other places you can go for free and max out on what you want to do. Okay. Third, creative writing projects. If you have a child who is linguistically gifted, if you have a child who just loves writing and making up stories and is very imaginative, and when they talk to you, you don't really know if they're telling the truth or if they made it up. If you have that kind of child, this is the perfect experience for them. If you have a child who likes to draw, this is the perfect experience for them because they can do comics. They can write short stories, they can do poems, they can have a journal. The options are endless, but we just want them to have full autonomy of what they want to do because we want it to be exciting. We want it to be something that they're proud of. We want to make it an experience. And all of these things that I'm talking about are free or very, very, very cheap. Okay. Because a lot of our money goes to food over the summer because we like to eat, we like to snack, we drive because our kids play sports. So listen, when we have an option to save some cash, oh baby, we saving cash. We're five boys. Oh yes, honey, we saving cash wherever we can. And that's number three. Number four is math games. Math games is something that I love. Now, depending on the size of your family, you may be a family of two, you may be a family of 7, 10, 15. It doesn't matter. But things like math bingo, Sudoku, going to Dollar Tree and Five Below and Barnes and Noble and getting I would say Dollar Tree and Five Below, really Dollar Tree. I really I really going to promote them because they have these books and they're add addition, subtraction, multiplication, division books, and they're $1.25, right? And they have about 24 pages, but it's enough for your child to stay busy and stay active and to keep their minds working. And when they're done that one, go get another one. Go get a handwriting book. Go get something else, right? But we're talking about math. You can introduce them to Sudoku. Sudoku is a little more challenging, but if your kids like challenging, they're good at puzzles and riddles and all this other stuff that they like to think and strategize, Sudoku would be a good option for them. Okay. Math games is fun. They also have online platforms where you allow, you can play head to head. You can do group activities. You can do whatever. It's like a lot of math games. And I forgot what it's called. My kid plays it all the time. I think it might be Cool Math Games or something like that. They love the math games, but I have to make sure that they're actually doing math problems because some of them are just like playing and leisure. Okay, so monitor your children because they love to make up stuff. All right, number 5. This is our last one. STEM projects. STEM project is super duper important for your child to engage in simple science experiments. Now, I don't know how you feel about science. I like science pretty much. But even if you don't want to do anything that's high tech or over the top, you could go to Five Below and get one of the little chemistry sets. You can get some of the little rock sets that where you can grow your own gemstones. You can get some other little baby projects. You can look them up at Dollar Tree has them. You can look them up on YouTube or Google and find out what simple science experiments we could do, like small projects at home, making a volcano. That's easy. Baking soda, you know what I mean? What else you use? Baking soda and vinegar or peroxide, whatever, something that bubbles. It causes a chemical reaction. You can do a homemade rocket. They can do so many different things. Even cooking. Cooking could be a science experiment in a STEM project because, honey, you could bake a cake and also look at the process on how we're baking, how we're cooking, what two ingredients cause a chemical reaction, how much do we need here, measuring out the ingredients. That's your math component. So it's a whole lot of ways to incorporate these things. Okay. Yeah, so that's all I have. And I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that this is something that you will implement over the summer because our kids need it. And I'm telling you, follow me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I'm Akeisha Harris. I'm going to be posting some of the things that we do because I think it's just really cool. And it's really necessary for us to stay in our children's faces. Okay, even though we want them out of our face a lot of times, that's very true. But we don't want them spending more time in front of a screen and more time in front of a television and more time on the phone than they do with us and having human interaction. We want to keep their active. We want to activate their genius and keep it active over the summer so they do not fall victim to the summer slide and the summer brain mush. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be back tomorrow with part 2. Have a great, magnificent day. Bye.